This is your daily news report as of Monday, November 8th. The House of Representatives, they passed the physical infrastructure bill for $1.2 trillion. We'll go over what's inside the bill. President Biden says he supports illegal immigrants receiving compensation for being separated from their children even if they broke the law. Republicans in the Senate introduced the Wall Act to restart construction on the wall at the southern border. Today on Monday, America is lifting travel restrictions on visitors coming to the U.S., which has been placed on multiple countries. There are also rule changes for U.S. citizens. The Energy Secretary, Jennifer Granholm, said on Sunday, Americans should be prepared to pay higher costs to heat their homes this winter. And at the end, in our fun facts, we'll go over which sleep position is the best for you. And these are recommendations coming from doctors that specialize in sleep. This is your Monday news, and I hope you're having a very nice day. On Friday evening, the House of Representatives, they voted on and passed the physical infrastructure bill. So this is not to be confused with the human infrastructure bill, which is still in negotiations, which is still a work in progress. So the physical infrastructure bill that passed, the vote was 228 to 206. 13 Republicans voted in favor of the bill. 6 Democrats voted against it. The bill is going to cost $1.2 trillion, and it has now passed in the Senate and in the House. So let's go over what's inside the physical infrastructure bill. There's going to be $110 billion for roads, bridges, and infrastructure projects. The White House said 173,000 miles of our nation's highways and major roads are in poor condition, along with 45,000 bridges. $40 billion is going to be spent on repairing, rehabbing, and replacing bridges. $65 billion is going to be spent on broadband internet infrastructure. The government is going to focus on rural areas where they say that service is being neglected by the private sector. Another $65 billion is going to be used to rebuild electric grids. They're going to build thousands of miles of new power lines and expand renewable energy projects. $55 billion is going to be spent on upgrading water infrastructure. This is going to involve replacing pipes that deliver clean drinking water to communities. An additional $50 billion will be used on water systems for resiliency programs. This money is going to be allocated for protecting our water infrastructure from cyber attacks, drought, and flooding. $39 billion will be spent on modernizing public transits. This will include upgrading existing infrastructure, improving stations, and replacing transportation fleets. Airports are going to receive $25 billion for repairs, maintenance, decreasing congestion, and reducing emissions. $7.5 billion will be used to build a nationwide network of electric vehicle charging stations. So if you're keeping track, that was about $500 billion worth. So there's going to be many more programs, but those are the highlights. A good portion of the physical infrastructure bill is going to be funded by unused money from the previous stimulus packages. In political news, President Biden said he supports illegal immigrants receiving compensation for being separated from their children when they cross the border. President Biden's exact quote was, "Because of the outrageous behavior of the last administration, coming across the border, whether it was legally or illegally, and you lost your child, you lost your child. It's gone. You deserve some kind of compensation no matter what the circumstance. What that will be, I have no idea. I have no idea." Last week on Wednesday, President Biden said illegal immigrants will not receive the $450,000. Biden said that is not going to happen. The White House later clarified President Biden's position. The White House said that President Biden meant to say that he disagreed with the dollar amounts. Cedric Richmond, a senior advisor to President Biden, said, "I want to be clear about this. We do not tell the Department of Justice what to do. If the Department of Justice determines that it saves the taxpayers money and it rights a wrong, then they will make the determination that is necessary and what they think is an adequate dollar amount." There's an argument that if we pay the illegal immigrants for breaking our laws, that it's going to incentivize more people to illegally cross the border. Richmond said that that theory has no basis. The Republican senators introduced the Wall Act to continue building the wall at our southern border. The Republicans are saying that walls work. The Republican senators pointed out that in the last Haitian caravan, they stopped more people from illegally crossing by building a wall of vehicles. The Republicans also pointed out that President Biden spent $455,000 of taxpayer money on building a fence around his beach home. Senator Kennedy said, with more illegal border crossings this year than ever before, we need to focus taxpayer dollars on solving the border crisis instead of aggravating it. I'm proud to fund the border wall without asking taxpayers for another penny. In international news, today on Monday, America will lift travel restrictions on visitors and people coming to the U.S., which have been placed on multiple countries. If you're a U.S. citizen and you're coming back to America, then you're going to need to show proof of vaccination and a negative COVID test within 72 hours of departure. You're going to need to prove that you are fully vaccinated 2 weeks prior to departure. You can show your paper certificate, photo of the documents, or a digital version. If you're a U.S. citizen and you cannot show proof of vaccination, then you're going to need to provide a negative COVID test within 24 hours of departure. A rapid antigen or PCR test will be accepted. There's going to be exceptions for international travelers that are under 18 years old. In current events, the Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm said on Sunday, Americans should be prepared to pay higher costs to heat their homes this winter. Granholm said, this is going to happen. It will be more expensive this year than last year. We are in a slightly better of a position relative to Europe because their chokehold of natural gas is very significant. But we have the same problem in fuels that the supply chains have, which is that oil and gas companies are not flipping the switch as quickly as the demand requires. Natural gas futures have risen 132% this year, and experts are saying that prices are going to continue to climb if we have a cold winter. The retail price of natural gas is expected to hit their highest level since 2005. And I wanted to end with this advice on sleep from the medical community. Sleep experts are saying that you should go with the sleep position that is best for you. So in other words, there is no one best sleep position. The co-director for the Center of Sleep Medicine said, sleeping on your back is generally for healthier people. Rachel Salas, a sleep neurologist at Johns Hopkins, said, sleeping on your back is not for everyone. If you snore or if you have obstructive sleep apnea, then sleeping on your back can make it worse because gravity is working against you. Salas also said, if you have back or neck pain, sleeping on your side might be the best position for you because it can take pressure off your painful areas. Salas said, sleeping on your left side with your upper body slightly elevated is the best position for people with heartburn or acid reflux. In this position, your stomach, it's going to be below your esophagus. Sleeping on your right side is considered the best for people with enlarged hearts. That's according to a 2003 study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Sleeping on your stomach is considered the best for people who snore or who have sleep apnea because it can help keep the airway open. However, this position, it might place more pressure on various muscles and joints. If you want to sleep on your stomach, it's recommended that you don't use a thick pillow because it will add more stress to your spine, shoulders, and lower back. That's the news for today. If you enjoyed today's report, please be sure to subscribe. I thank you for your support, and I wish you a very nice day.